I'm Mark Merrill. I'm principal at Colorado Middle School, and I've been here in Colorado City for about 25 years, and we've got a great school. We've got a special project that's going on right now. We have kids that are in history classes and in reading classes that are writing songs about American history, and we're real excited about that project. The students work on writing, putting the words together, and then we actually have the songs produced in Nashville, and we'll show you some examples of those here in just a second.
Underground Railroad, da-na-na-na-na, had blacks on the go, da-na-na-na-na, for 300 years, da-na-na-na-na, despite all of their fears, da-na-na-na-na.
Well, in the Real History, Real Heroes program, we've been interviewing veterans, and we've been writing about what they did, like in the wars and everything, and we did boards on them. We did boards on them, and when the veterans came, when they ride their motorcycles over here, they get to all see all what the boards were and what a great job we did on them.
Bill of Rights are not what you think, not like paying a bill for the water that you drink. It's amendments that our founding fathers installed to guarantee liberty and justice for all.
I teach history for 6th and 7th grade, and this is my first year at Colorado City. I just moved here this summer. I'm enjoying it a lot. Moved from Fort Worth.
Life Skills is a program where they ship them from all the campuses to over here to teach them living skills. We do a lot of gardening, we do grooming, household chores, cooking, nutrition, and that type of thing.
Sugar is usually very sweet, but the Sugar Act of 64 reeked. The British got their writs of assistance and searched our votes when we were innocent. Then the Stamp Act attacks most printed material.
I'm Kitten Arthur. I'm the principal at Hutchinson Elementary, and we have grades 3 through 5 here at Hutchinson, and we enjoy doing lots of service learning activities for our school. One of these is behind me here. About 10 years ago, some students and a teacher got together and built this Hutchinson courtyard, and they built a pond, and they planted all the bushes and trees that are in the courtyard, and then raised the money for the tables and chairs. So it's a beautiful area, and we have lots of habitat wildlife here. We have a rabbit, and we have several horned toads and bullfrogs, goldfish in the pond. The kids can come out here and read silently. The teachers often send them out if they're going to do some quiet reading because it's such a nice place to read.
The lake was built in the early 50s to supply water for the power treatment plant that's built on the lake. That was its main purpose, and then in the 60s and early 70s it started being used as a recreational lake. The city took over part of the day use area of the park, and they operated it, and people came out and they went swimming and boated on the lake. And then in the early 70s, the state took it over, and we've been operating it as a state park ever since.
Down at the cross where my Savior died, down where for cleansing from sin I cried.
The state prisons that are located in Colorado City, the Eddie John Wallace Unit and the Dick Ware Unit, have brought many jobs to Colorado City and have improved the economy here.
I teach Bible studies out at the prison, and several years ago noticed people spending the night in cars, and because they couldn't afford a place to stay, so they would drive from Houston or El Paso or Texarkana and spend the night in their cars. So really began to feel like there's a tremendous need there for these folks. So started looking for a place to fix a a few rooms for a house. We asked them, told them we were a 501c3 and asked them to sell it to us, and they said no, they had to put it up for auction. And so we were the only bidder, and we bought the building for $1,000. Then a church said, can we do a room? And they furnished it and decorated it. So another church heard about that, a different church, and they wanted to do a room. So everything that you see in there has been donated, and it's just awesome.
Lord, send your angels to watch over me. I'm so afraid of the dark. Lord, send your angels to watch over me. Wrap me in sheltering
This is the brand for the Renderbrook Spade Ranch, and they're one of our biggest ranchers.
My name is Frank Bassam. We're here on the Renderbrook Spade Ranch in Colorado City, south of Colorado City. The ranch has been in our family since 1889. The inventors and manufacturers of barbed wire from DeKalb, Illinois, came into this country and bought large tracts of land. This ranch is about 138,000 acres, which is roughly 180 square miles, and we are presently raising cattle here. We have raised sheep as well in the past, and horses. We have some oil and quite a bit of hunting revenue coming in.
These are to kind of keep the mosquitoes from sticking in your legs, mainly.
Well, some people get the head, and they'll skin it, of course, and they'll wrap it in a burlap sack, and they dig a hole, put coals in the hole, and then wet that burlap sack and wrap the head, put it down in there for like 48 hours, and then they pull it out, unwrap it, and it's really beautiful meat.
Menudo, to start off, menudo is something you don't want to know. It's really good, but it is guts, beef guts, and then we cook it with hominy and all kinds of spices, and they're supposed to be really good for like any ailments that you have. This is probably the best Mexican food south of the river. Of course, we're south of the river, so I can brag about that. And all of it is homemade. A lot of the recipes come from my mom, and my mom got them from her mother. So if they really come from a long ways back, and it's all Tex-Mex.